Hey guys, welcome back to Tell Your Story. My name is Nason, and today I just wanted to tell you I quit smoking cold turkey. So in this episode, we're going to discuss how I did it, why I did it, and how I'm doing now. Let's get into it. So before we go into everything, a little bit of backstory. I didn't grow up smoking, but in the last couple of years, I've decided to get sober and quit alcohol. So my nicotine level has sort of like quadrupled, at least in the last half of a decade. On a more personal note, I guess when I was drinking, I'm probably not the only one that loved the combination of like the alcoholic's high mixed with a little bit of nicotine in the system. So I guess when I was trying to quit alcohol, I decided that I needed to take this nicotine to the next level to fill the void so that I wasn't self-medicating with like a mind-altering drug every day. Yeah, you could say I was choosing like the lesser of two evils, maybe? 2018 was my year to stop drinking, so I figured, 2021, why not take it to the next level and get rid of all these cancer sticks, right? So let's talk about why I quit in the first place. So right now we're settling into our third week of not smoking, so a couple of the real reasons I decided to stop, one being that I was always feeling congested, more so recently than not. I was just like, everything in here felt like a bad cough. I was coughing up mucus. I felt tired. The shortness of breath thing, that's a real deal. Like I couldn't take a full breath without my chest hurting. As soon as it fully extended, there was like a lot of pain going on in there. So I just decided I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And I needed to do something different. I guess also you could say some people were complaining because I smell pretty bad after I smoke cigarettes. Like, it's not something that I would smell personally, but other people around me are like, All right, so now that we're a couple of weeks in, let me tell you how I feel and what's up now. The truth is that once you've kind of gotten into the habit of not smoking, the first thing that seems to come back is like your sense of smell. I don't know about my sense of taste, but my sense of smell is off the chain right now. We were driving to a gas station the other day, and the fried food smell was like 10 times what it usually is. The other thing that's pretty cool about not smoking is that my energy level is off the chain too. I just have more energy throughout the day. I'm getting a lot of more oxygen into my blood system. So when we go to the gym, I'm able to lift more weight from not smoking. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I'm telling you, the more air you have in your body, the more like oxygen gets into your bloodstream, which feeds your muscles, and you just get stronger and healthier by the day. Now that you kind of know how I feel, let's talk about like the initial withdrawals. So in the first couple of days, you would have known that I had stopped or that I hadn't smoked a cigarette in a while. Like Corey was wondering, she was like, how are you? Like, are you okay? And that happens, I guess, because the really only withdrawal symptom I had was anger. Everything made me angry. I was super agitated the whole day. And this lasted, I guess, probably like a good 4 or 5 days before my body finally calmed down. And I didn't have to self-medicate with cigarettes anymore. So like that initial dopamine effect that happens with the cigarettes, that was gone. So my body had to regulate itself and get back to normal. Aside from the initial aggravation, I think the only real side effect I had were a couple of headaches here and there. Again, body just trying to regulate itself. I just wasn't used to not having some form of nicotine or smoke in my system. So my body was trying to fill that void with other things, nutrients and whatnot. So maybe now let's get into what's really interesting, and that's how to stay away from smoking. Unlike alcohol, I don't necessarily have as strong a cravings now that it's 3 weeks into being without cigarettes. What I'm really doing now is more of a mental game. I'm trying to fill my time, in places like work and home where I used to smoke. Maybe we're watching a TV show and we just want to take a break for a moment, so I would step outside and have a cigarette. Now I'm like filling that with food and I guess keeping busy with the gym and being more active. It's funny because when you stop smoking, you get a lot more active. Another thing that I've found really useful is kind of changing my verbiage. So I was saying I'm someone who's trying to stop smoking. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm just saying I don't smoke. The power of a verbal change is that it really does ensue a mental change in your brain as time goes on. All in all, I feel really good about this. I think it was a change that just initially was going to happen eventually. I mean, we stopped drinking, we stopped doing a lot of negative things in our lives. This just seemed to be like the perfect next step in trying to quit a dirty, just bad habit that I had in my life. I'll keep you guys up to date with more of that journey and how that's going in the next few months. We have another check-in in March about our first quarterly check-in about the year, to see how we're doing with all of our 2021 goals and habits. And from there, I guess that's all I've got. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.